and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students and scholars, teachers and trainers, professors and professionals, respected, honorable administrators, advisors, advocates, I, Dr. R.K. Singh from USA, heartily cordially welcome all of you. It is really nice time, nice place that you are listening. Present time, what is happening in India and around us. Let us go through words. PM has taken several steps for farmers' welfare. Chandigarh, Haryana Chief Minister Naib Singh Saini has said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken several significant steps in the interest of farmers. Saini made these remarks while interacting with media persons at the railway station in New Delhi. Yesterday night, Saini had travelled to Delhi from Chandigarh by train. He said the PM had not only implemented numerous schemes for the welfare of farmers, but also worked to strengthen their economic condition. Under the Kisan Samman Nidhi, farmers are provided with an annual assistance of rupees 6,000, which help them purchase seeds and fertilizers. Saini said the Congress had previously spread propaganda claiming that MSP on crops would be stopped, but nothing of the sort happened. In fact, PM Modi has increased the MSP of crops. The MSP that was being provided to farmers during Congress rule has been increased by 1.5 times under the BJP government. Additionally, the state government is not only providing MSP prices to farmers but is also purchasing every grain of their crops. The Chief Minister said during the Congress rule there was no consideration if a farmer's crop was damaged and farmers received only rupees 5 to 10 as compensation. However, under our government, farmers are now provided full compensation in the events of crops. In the events of crop damage, Saini said under the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, 1.5 times more land is being irrigated compared to the area under cultivation before 2014. The BJP government had enhanced agricultural productivity by providing irrigation facilities to a larger area. The area under paddy, wheat and other crops has increased in the state since 2014. Along with this, both crop yields and farmers' incomes have also arisen, he added. Ambala DC urges farmers to get permission from Delhi police. Ahead of the call of Delhi March on December 6, Ambala Deputy Commissioner on Wednesday has appealed to the agitating farmers to obtain the required permissions from Delhi police, else reconsidered their decision to march forward Delhi. SKM non-political and Kisan Mazdoor Morcha had given the call of march towards Delhi on December 6 from Sambhu border, where the farmers have been camping since February. In a letter or notice issued by Deputy Commissioner Parth Gupta to Kisan Mazdoor Morcha leader Sarwan Singh Pandher and BKU Ekta Azad Jaswinder Singh, the Mala DC had asked the farmer leaders to reconsider the decision of Delhi March and take any further call after getting permission from Delhi police. In the letter, the DC has mentioned that the Supreme Court had issued directions of status quo at Shambhu border to avoid any untoward incident, and both the parties have been appealed to get the matter parties. The letter further reads section 163 of Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita, previously section 144 of the PC, it's already in force in Ambala. And there is gathering of 5 or more people at one place to organize any protest march. The farmers need to obtain the required permission through the farmer are appealed to reconsider the decision of going towards Delhi on foot and take any further call after getting permission from the Delhi police, else cancel the call in order to maintain the law and order situation. Ambala SP Surendra Singh Bhoria said the farmers are being asked to get the required permission for the march, and if they get the permissions they can intimate the administration so that arrangements could be made. There is status quo from the Supreme Court as well, and appropriate steps will be taken to maintain the law and order situation. DC Parth Gupta said we have appealed to the farmers to get required permissions from Delhi before the march. All the precautionary and preventive measures will be taken to maintain the peaceful situation in Ambala. Meanwhile, Bharatiya Kisan Union Shaheed Bhagat Singh spokesman Tejveer Singh said the Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab is functioning on the directions of central government. Earlier, farmer leader Jagjit Singh Dhaliwal was detained, and now the Haryana government employees have pasted a notice at Shambhu Morcha, which is situated under the jurisdiction of Punjab. The Punjab government should clear its stand If the permission is to be obtained from Delhi police, then let the police let Delhi police itself stop the farmers. The Haryana police should let the farmers go peacefully. Groundwater extraction stage reaches 136% in Haryana, 164% in Punjab. 21 key CMO debts in Kitty Khular emerges all powerful. CM Hawkes for landing of Hodal Patodi Road, people losing faith in government schools. Huda says shortage of doctors ails Cathal Civil Hospital. Gurugram cops to set up nakas to check waste dumping from Delhi. News from the front page. Sukhbir escapes assassination bid. Ex-terrorist opens fire on Akali leader at Golden Temple entrance, arrested. Motive unclear. Fadnavis picked PM to attend oath taking today. 10 Koki ultras were shot from behind. Autopsy. Preparations in full swing ahead of Prime Minister's event. Rounds of meeting of officials and BJP leaders to make Prime Minister Narendra Modi's program on December 9 a success or in full swing. Prime Minister Narendra Modi would launch a Bima Sakhi scheme of life insurance company for empowering the women on December 9 from the land of Panipat, from where he launched the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao campaign 9 years ago on January 22, 2015. The state is being prepared in Sector 13 or 17 ground. Former MP Sanjay Bhatia along with Dr. Archana Gupta and ADC Pankaj Yadav along with other officials visited the venue on Wednesday and reviewed the preparation there. Earlier, Bhatia, along with Deputy Commissioner Virendra Kumar Dhaya, held a meeting in the mini secretariat with the administrative and the LIC officials to discuss the preparations for the program. Special duties have been assigned to the officers during the meeting. Media center and a media gallery are also being established for the media persons, the DC said. The DC also directed the officials of LIC to mount the hoardings and board of the various places in the city about the program. Apart from this, the list of the officials coming from LIC headquarters should be handed over to the district administration to avert any trouble during the program. The DC asked the LIC officers in the meeting. You are listening news of Haryana. Orders issued to secretaries on vigilance reports plans. Centers in 5 days found tampering with family ID data. Access to portal blocked. 3 credit employees face termination of service. 6,000 doubtful IDs being scanned. High Court priorities right to life over freedom of trade. Panel to monitor Banda Bahadur Memorial Walk. Chandigarh, the government had constituted a high-powered local project development committee to monitor work on Baba Banda Singh Bahadur Memorial Center at Logar in Yamunanagar District High Court practice right to life over freedom of trade. Cruiser schools can't coexist side by side. The bench of Chief Justice Shil Nagu and Justice Anil Chetrapal ruled in the stone crushers cannot be permitted to exist within the periphery of 500 meters from the educational institutions, even if the schools came into existence subsequently. The crushing units and the schools cannot coexist side by side because it would adversely impact the health of the children who are the future of the nation. In significant judgment with far reaching implications for environmental conservation, the Punjab and Haryana High Court has held that public interest, including environmental protection, must override private considerations. The right to life is higher than the rights flowing from Article 19. Right to carry on trade and business, the court observed. The bench also made it clear that the stone crushers could not be permitted to exist within the periphery of 500 meters from the educational institutions, even if the schools came into existence subsequently. The stone crushing units and the school cannot coexist side by side because it would adversely impact the health of the children who are the future of the nation, the court asserted. The ruling came as the bench of Chief Justice Shil Nagu and Justice Anil Kshetrapal dismissed 28 petitions challenging the Haryana government's notification on the location norms for stone crushers. The petitioners had contested the state government's final notification dated May 11, 2016 and its amendment on April 4, 2019, mandating stricter norms for the operation of stone crushers. The bench rejected the challenges while emphasizing on the evolving nature of environmental requirements and the state's responsibility under Article 48A of the Constitution to protect the environment. The bench observed the government must be permitted to modify its stance if overriding public interest demanded it, referring to the importance of the state's proactive role in environmental protection. The court asserted the environmental requirements are not statics. The environmental requirements are not static as they must be dynamic with the development in the area. The government's priority is to maintain ecological balance as a part of its responsibility to ensure sustainable development, environmental protection, and welfare of its citizens. Addressing public health risk, the bench observed the pollution caused by the stone crushers was inherently injurious to the health of all living beings, including humans, wildlife, rivers, and plants. The efforts made to maintain delicate ecological balance, which is the need of the hour, particularly in view of rising pollution, is not required to be interfered with. The court also noted the severe impact of stone crushers on the environment. Stone crushers generate significant amounts of the fugitive dust. The dust poses serious health risk to workers and nearby communities, contributing to respiratory illness. Additionally, it diminishes visibility, inhibits vegetation growth, and negatively impact the area's aesthetics. The court also did not find merit in the petitioner's arguments about potential employment loss. The workers can shift to new crushing zone as and when the stone crushers are set up in the allowed areas. Dismissing the petitions, the court ruled environment protection was a dynamic and evolving responsibility requiring constant adaptation to address emerging challenges and prevent degradation. Centers in 5 days found tampering with family ID data, access to portal blocked. Owners of 6 stone crushers plants booked ensure quality in road works official today. Public Works Minister Ranbir Gangwa said to compromise on the quality of material used in the construction of roads and buildings will be tolerated. Any compromise in quality will not only lead to action against the construction agency but also against the concerned officers and employees, he added. Interacting with media at his office in the Civil Secretariat on Wednesday, he said transparency had been a hallmark of the BJP government's work in the past and will continue to be so in the future. Gangwa further said that the officials had been asked to prepare and submit a report regarding all the roads across the state that need to be reconstructed or built anew. He said there would be no compromise on the quality of construction material in the roads of the state, and strict action will be taken against officials who are negligent in their work. News from Punjab, tension brews as Haryana officials faced prohibitory notice at Shambhu. Consider providing houses to families unable to prove they are 84 right, hit Supreme Court. Peculiar problem to tackle. We have a very peculiar problem to tackle. On one hand, the petitioners have no legal right to continue occupying the premises, but on the other hand, they have been in possession for almost 40 years. New Delhi, the Supreme Court has directed the Punjab government to consider providing alternative accommodation to 39 families occupying for the last 40 years flats in phase 11 of Mohali meant for the 1984 riot victims even after failing to prove that they were genuine riot victims. In such circumstances, we grant 4 weeks to the respondents to work out some modalities by which we are in position to balance the equities. We would like to know from the respondents whether it is feasible to provide any other alternative accommodation to these 39 families or not. A bench led by Justice J.B. Pardiwala said. We have a very peculiar problem to tackle. On one hand, the petitioner have no legal right to continue occupying the premises, but on the other hand, they have been in possession for almost 40 years. The exercise to ascertain the genuineness of them being right victims has already been undertaken, and it has been found that they are not genuine right affected families, noted the bench, which also included Justice M. Mahadevan. The top court also sought to know if there were any other premises within Mohali and the adjoining areas wherein the genuine families belonging to the EWS category can be accommodated and posted the matter for further hearing after 4 weeks. In 2018, the government had floated a rehabilitation scheme under which the petitioners were asked to apply for the allotment of small booths. However, only three of these families had applied. We would also like to know from the authorities whether it is feasible to regularize the occupation of the petitioners in the premises subject to certain terms and conditions like outright sale after determining a reasonable price or something like that it said in its November 20 order, maintaining that they were in unlawful occupation of the premises as they did not have red cards given to identify the genuine riot victims. The state authorities submitted that they needed to be evicted and replaced by genuine families of the economically weaker sections who were in need of the shelter. The 39 families evicted by the authorities claimed they were residents of Jahangirpuri, Delhi, and had to flee from there due to the riots. Gadkari Oke's road project attack on superior intelligence failure SAD is sinister, plot says United Opposition. The Shiromani Akali Dal termed the murderous attack on Sukhbir Singh Badal as an intelligence failure and demanded judicial inquiry into the incident. SAD spokesperson Diljit Singh Chima, also performing seva in the Golden Temple complex, called it a major security lapse and demanded a judicial inquiry into the incident. Though I appreciate the policemen who took swift action, we have no faith in the government. The conspiracy behind this incident has to come out, he said. Chima claimed that the attackers Narayan Singh Chora was roaming around the Golden Temple for the past 2 days. What were the police waiting for? Why was he not arrested then? He said. Displayed video evidence. Senior SAD leader Vikram Singh Majithia termed it intelligence failure and said the attackers was a sponsored aid man of the ISI. He said the murders attacks was aimed at finishing the moderate Akali leadership of Punjab and spoiling the peace in the border state by creating a communal divide. We demand a High Court monitored probe into the entire incident to unmask the entire conspiracy behind it. He asserted that apart Bakshish of Guru Ramdas saved Sukhbir and allowed him to complete his seva even while he was being fired upon. The assassination attempt on former SAD President Sukhbir Singh Badal, who was performing seva as per the verdict of Akal Takht at the Golden Temple complex, has triggered a political slugfest. The opposition slammed the Aam Aadmi Party government over law and order situation and called upon the people to beware of the forces trying to sabotage peace in the border state. The leader of opposition Pratap Singh Bajwa said, "It is alarming that an individual with a well-documented history of involvement in terror activities was able to move freely while carrying a weapon. The assassination attempt appears to be part of a more sinister plot. We cannot ignore the risk of Punjab slipping back into a period of turmoil." Punjab BJP chief Sunil Jakhad, while condemning the attack on Sukhbir, said, "No true Sikh can attack a fellow seeking penance while performing his Tankha in the holy abode of Gurus. The incident shows the failed law and order. As SAD is on the verge of collapse, it was anticipated that forces working on a divisive mission will revive, but never thought it will be so quick." PCC Chief Amrinder Singh Rana warnings that since Sukhbir has been assigned Z category, security arrangements should have been made accordingly. I have also said earlier that law and order is not up to the mark in Punjab. Former Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh said Punjab has already suffered a lot during the 1980s and 1990s. It cannot afford another darker. It cannot afford another dark era. He called upon the people to beware of the forces which are trying to sabotage peace in Punjab. Now news from Himachal Pradesh, 7 MBBS students suspended, fined on ragging charge. State in debt trap, but Congress will celebrating 2 year rule. Advisory border for de-addiction rehab to be constituted, said CM. Dharamsala region faces drinking water crisis due to absence of rain. File affidavit on steps taken for ecological balance in Laul Spiti. State heading for warmer, drier winter. Now news from the opinion sources. The fundamental misunderstanding. Opinion may and does differ as to whether it was at all a dignified thing for Sir Malcolm Halley in his joint reply to the addresses presented to him at Gujranwala to refer to the division in the local municipality over the question of presenting an address to him. There can, however, be no two opinions among right thinking persons as to the essential unsoundness of the position which His Excellency took up in the matter. I cannot forget, he said, that I come here not as an individual who no doubt has many feelings justly deserving of the public criticism, but as the representative in this province of His Majesty the King Emperor. I have no doubt that when you, the majority of the committee, decided to present an address to me, it was purely in this capacity that you desired to welcome me, and it is in this capacity that I, for my part, desire to express my appreciation of your determination to see that the citizens of Gujranwala should not incur the stigma of appearing to offer deliberate affront to a representative of the crown. It means, in the first place, that will Sir Halley, the individual, can justly be criticized for his failings, staying the course in choppy waters, or for a reset in Akali politics. The Akal Takht has acted with a sense of autonomy, exposing the misdeeds of the SAD leadership. Surinder J. Jodhka, Surinder S. Jodhka, Professor, Center for Study of Social System, JNU. December 2, 2024 will be remembered as an important day in the contemporary history of the Sikhs and the regional politics of Punjab. It saw the Sikh religious seat of power, the Akal Takht, reasserting its authority over the Shiromani Akali Dal, the five Jathedar summoned nearly the entirely party leadership, asking it to admit the criminal misdeeds it had committed while in power and seek forgiveness. Speaking clearly and sharply, the high priest highlighted these misdeeds and how they had seriously hurt the Sikh sentiments, interest, and well being. Perhaps the most serious of these misdeeds they proclaimed had been their indifference and glaring failure to prevent incidents of disrespect for the Guru Granth Sahib. The main accused who appeared before the Takht was former SAD President Sukhbir Singh Badal, but he was not the only one who was held responsible for the criminal wrongdoings. The Jathedar asked all those who had worked with him while he was the Deputy Chief Minister of Punjab to also own up to their involvement and seek forgiveness. They also held the late Prakash Singh Badal, then Chief Minister, equally responsible for these misdeeds and withdrew the honour of Pant Ratan Fakre Quam bestowed upon him by the Takht in 2011. Given the nature of their authority, the Jathedar pronounced a range of nominal punishments for all those who found guilty, which the accused humbly accepted. They also directed that the SAD be dissolved along with its parallel or dissidents offshoots. The Jathedars announced the formation of a committee and assigned it the task of rebuilding the political party. Thoughts for the day. Let us with caution indulge the supposition that morality can be maintained without religion. Staying the course in choppy waters. Freebies, restricted development, state government must settle liabilities, provide services and concessions. SAD needs to act decisively. Party should put faith over politics, construction a become of hope. Centers must add states on our new criminal laws. Friends, you are listening this news from our nation. Very important news for us. Center must add states on new criminal laws, making rules for ensuring the implementation of a number of new concepts as envisaged in the BNSS is the key to success. KP Singh, former DCP Haryana, Prime Minister Narendra Modi dedicated the successful implementation of the new criminal laws of the nation at a grand function in Chandigarh on December 3. Home Minister Amit Singh complimented the Chandigarh police for being the first unit to enforce the new legislations and meticulously. He hoped that the laws would become operational fully throughout the country within 3 years, the time needed to create infrastructure and integration of database with several portals for the purpose of coordination between the various wings of the criminal justice system, which are time consuming processes. The Home Minister stated that 11,34,698 policemen had been imparted training and more than 11 lakh criminal cases registered after July 1, 2024 under the new provisions of laws. 9,500 of them had already been decided upon. Such is the impact of these new procedures that the Chandigarh police have achieved 85% conviction rate in the cases decided following the new scheme. It was a historic moment for the people to be witness to the new era penal legislation adopting the Indian soul, which subscribed to the people-centric and justice-oriented approach. They replaced the colonial laws as standpost of suppression and retribution, said the PM. The occasion offered an opportunity to the professionals in the field of justice delivery to undertake an operational audit of working of the new laws to identify bottlenecks and shortcomings and suggest measures for credible performance in future. It is said that laws do not operate in isolation. Police investigating officers have started applying the new sections of the criminal laws in all cases. The successful implementation, though, would mean much more than that. It requires the creation of the electronic and digital infrastructure and the requirement and training of staff for the purposed digitalization of the CJs, the enactment of a large number of subordinate legislation by the state in the form of rules, operating procedures, forms, and formats, etc., is essential to bring the laws in full operation. Upgrading of the software relating to crime and criminal tracking network system and interoperable criminal justice system for linking between the stakeholders is necessary for proper coordination between the enforcers, making rules for ensuring the implementation of a number of new concepts as envisaged in the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita is the key to success. Implementing provisions relating to the e-registration of first information report FIR, e-service of summons and warrants, zero FIR, witness protection schemes, community service, trial in absentia, seizure and forfeiture of proceeds of crimes, time bound disposal of case property, sharing of forfeited proceeds of crimes with the victims of crimes, commutation of sentence, storing of videography footage, etc., would not be a reality unless the operational protocols and rules are framed by the states immediately. In their absence, these novel concepts would remain on paper only. The Home Minister called the forensic experts the fifth pillar of CGS. The network of forensic science laboratories is scanty to ensure mandatory visits of forensic experts on all scenes of crimes, entailing punishments of more than 7 years as per the new laws. The FSLs would require extension up to the police station level. Given the limited availability of forensic experts, it is a huge task integrating the main pillars of criminal justice, the police, courts, jails, forensic, and prosecution through the ICJS is a Herculean task. The work has just begun. It cannot be completed unless all other related work failing in the domain of state agencies is accomplished. The time bound disposal of the case properties is a welcome feature of the new procedural law. Unfortunately, this provision had not found favor with the courts till now, perhaps for want of urgency on the part of law enforcers or due to lack of infrastructure. One of the striking features of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023 is contained in section 48, which criminalizes the abetting of offences in India by terrorists and gangsters sitting in foreign countries. Section 107 of the BNSS provides for the forfeitures of the proceeds of crime. Section 356 of the BNSS pertaining to the concept of trial in absentia for bringing absconders of law to justice. It is intriguing that none of the criminal operating from outside the country could be nailed down under these provisions so far. Community service as a sentence is included in the list of punishments under the BNS, but no identified apparatus and protocols are in place to execute it. Moreover, the sentence of community service has just a cosmetic effect in the new criminal laws, and offenders involved only in 6 petty crimes out of all the offences contained in the BNS are punishable with this sentence. There is a case to extend the scope of this punishment for all first time petty offenders. Some other noticeable anomalies are also there in the new laws, which need appropriate resolution. Notably, it takes decades for a new law to mature and its enforcement to take firm roots in the system. Periodical reviews, need based tweaking, and close monitoring of the laws are the key to the success of any enactment. It is also to be understood that the states are starved for funds and possesses limited technical and legal know-how. They would require hand-holding from the central agencies to ensure timely and meaningful implementation of these panel legislations. The PM has rightly emphasized that the legislature has done its duty by enacting the new criminal laws. Now it is the turn of the bar, judiciary, police, and other stakeholders to assume their ownership and enforce them to ensure justice to the people. Israel scrambles for support to counter ICC arrest warrants. News from Jammu and Kashmir: off duty army jawan shot at by terrorist in Pulwama. Cops raid central jail in Srinagar, seize cell phones, digital devices. Ultras hurl grenades at army post in Poonch, no casualties. Fadnavis picked CM Modi to attend oath taking today. Kashmir shivers as temperature settles below freezing point. Omar reviews Omar reviews electricity supply, calls for minimizing distress cuts. Overground worker dis All-round worker detained in Doda district. Liquor, non-veg food banned near Vaishno Devi shrine for 2 months. 10 Kuki militants were shot from behind, reveals autopsy report. News from Nation: Rahul led Congress team bailed from visiting violence hit Sambal. Furnished detail on illegal sand mining, Supreme Court tells 5 states. Navy showcases operational prowess in Odisha. Glitcher delays European satellite launch by ISRO. Priyanka meets Shah, seeks aid for Wayanad landslide victims. Joint panel on walkout bill to meet today. Bhutan King to arrive today. Stays Dharna for railway project Vaishno to Tharur. News from the world. South Korea praise faces ouster after martial law fiasco. Yunus perpetrating genocide. Hashina in first public address virtually since ouster. XPM says there were plans to assassinate her. Will neutralize hostage if Israel launches rescue operation. Imran demands probe into killing of party workers. French lawmakers set to oust government. News from France. Paris, December 4. France. French lawmakers are all but certain to oust the government with no confidence motion on Wednesday, plunging the Eurozone's second biggest economic power deeper into political turmoil. Bearing a last minute surprise, Prime Minister Michael Barnier's government will be France's first to be forced out by no confidence vote in more than 60 years, at a time when the country is struggling to tame a massive budget deficit. If the vote does indeed pass, President Emmanuel Macron plans to name a new Prime Minister very quickly, possibly even before the grand reopening of Paris's No Notre Dame Cathedral at that weekend, according to sources in Macron's camp, including parliamentary sources, that would avoid leaving a hole at the heart of the European Union at a time When Germany is also weakened and in election mode weeks before US President elect Donald Trump re enters the White House, but any new Prime Minister would face the same challenges as Berliner in getting bills, including the 2025 budget adopted by the divided parliament. There can be no new parliamentary election before July. The debate on no confidence motion was set to start in late afternoon, with the result expected around 18,030 to 1900 GMT. In a TV interview on Tuesday, Berliner said he still believed his government could survive the war. Now news from sport. Killer instinct missing. Big test for India's batters against mighty Austria. News from Haryana Tribune. Minister inaugurates railway overbridge in Ambala Kent has been constructed at a cost of rupees 21.48 crore. Ambala Haryana Energy Transport and Labour Minister Anil Vish today said that railway crossings in Ambala cantonment at various locations were a cause of inconvenience to people, but the new railway overbridge and underpasses would bring relief for residents. He was addressing a gathering after inaugurating a railway overbridge in Ambala cantonment. The Nanhera railway bridge on the Ambala Saharanpur railway line has been constructed at a cost of rupees 21.48 crore. Cabinet Minister Anil Vij said that Ambala cantonment was divided by railway crossings on the Ambala Saharanpur and Ambala Delhi road routes, affecting its development. People could not move freely due to crossings at Rangi Mandi, Ghasipur, Shahpur, and Makonda areas, while railway underpasses have been constructed at Shahpur and cultural events of International Gita Mahotsav to begin today. Kurukshetra, December 4. The 7-day cultural events for the International Gita Mahotsav will begin on Thursday. Chief Minister Live Singh Saini, along with Governor of Kerala Arif Mohammed Khan and cultural ministers of Zanzibar and Odisha, will inaugurate the Haryana Pavilion state level exhibition of information, public relations, language and culture department at the Brahms Rover Purushothampura Bagh and will participate in Maha Puja and Maha the main events starting December 5, will conclude on December 11. Meanwhile, Haryana government Bandaru Dattatare will inaugurate the three-day International Gita Conference 2024 at Kurukshetra University. On Thursday, Gita Manishi Swami Gyananand and Satish Kumar of Swadeshi Jagran Manch will also attend the international seminar. The district administration said tight security arrangements were made for the AGM. Preserving soil health. World Soil Day is celebrated annually on December 5 under the aegis of the Flood and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, considering the importance of soils for food security and sustainable development. WS was first established by the United Nations General Assembly in 2013. The theme for World Soil Day 2024, caring for soils, measure, monitor, manage, undisputably highlights the importance of precise data and information for understanding soil characteristics, taking effective decisions about sustainable soil management, and ensuring food security. Besides judicious development at a global level this year, WSD will be celebrating during a three-day International Soil and Water Forum to be co-organized by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the UN and Ministry of Agriculture of Thailand in Bangkok from December 9. The event will mark the world's first high-level action on halting and reversing soil degradation and water table depletion, both critical elements for ensuring food security and a healthier environment for all. Soil scientists, environmentalists, researchers, administrators, and heads of the state have affirmed their participation to discuss measuring, monitoring, and managing reversing soil degradation, sustainable management, and promotion of land restoration, besides integrating climate resilient approaches for soil and water management. Plumber wins 1.5 crore rupees lottery in Sirsa. Legal awareness camp scheduled in Sirsa district. Sirsa, December 4. The District Legal Services Authority of Sirsa, under the direction of the Haryana State Legal Services Authority, will host a series of legal awareness camps in villages and schools. These initiatives aim at informing the public and school children about various legal aid schemes offered by the authority. DLSA Secretary and Chief Judicial Magistrate Pravesh Singla announced the schedule for these events. The first camp will be held on December 4 at Government Girls Senior Secondary School, Shasatram Chowk in Sirsa, where Advocate Sunita Sharma will conduct the session. On December 6. Advocate Pawan Kumar Barwal will lead a camp in Darbakala village, followed by Advocate Rambir Singh at Bappa village on December 9. Other events include a session by Advocate Chanchal in Panihari village on December 11, and Advocate Sharda Saharan in Moriwala village on December 13. 12 villages in Sirsa declared drug free. Sirsa, December 4, Hisar Division ADGP Dr. M. Kiran emphasized the need for collective efforts to build a drug free society, urging Gram Panchayats and social organizations to play a more active role. He was speaking at an awareness program at Dupla village, where 12 villages were recognized as drug free at the primary level. The honored villages included Nahrana, Tupana, Khurd, Manak, Diwan, Gigorani, Rupana, Noya, Chedwal, Dukda, Hanjara, Kumharia, Kerwala, Nejia Kheda, and Charwala. Their status will be reviewed after a month to ensure continued compliance. Ravi Kiran encouraged other villages to follow this model and asked the youth to focus on education and sports. He also spoke about the ongoing police efforts to curb drug trafficking and promote anti-drug awareness through sports activity. Sirsa SP Vikrant Bhushan highlighted police action against drug dealers, including seizing properties acquired through illegal activities. He noted that many addicted individuals, inspired by awareness campaigns, had come forward for treatment with the local support. Success in this mission requires everyone's participation, said Bhushan, calling for society's collective responsibility to make Haryana drug free. A tug of war and kabaddi match were organized during the event to spread the anti drug message. Notably, the Sirsa police had previously declared 134 villages along with 8 wards of Sirsa city and Ellamad as drug free. Former Odisha Governor Professor Ganeshi Lal hands over a check to member of the Dabwali Fire Victim Memorial Trust. 1 lakh rupees donated in support of Dabwali fire victims' kin. The tragedy took place in December 23, 1995. Thank you for listening 3M Creators News. धन्यवाद.